This is probably the most comfortable way to transport your kitty. Hi everybody, my name is Jason and welcome to Cats and Pats. Today, I wanted to review something that I honestly thought I had reviewed already. But looking back at my videos, I can't find it, and I think I just talked about it on a live stream. And that something would be my favorite way to transport a cat now, which this looks really huge in the camera. It's mostly normal sized. But yeah, this is my go-to carrier. So I'm just gonna toss that right there for now. And I got this carrier from my in-laws a while back. I've used it a couple times now. And so now I think I can give you an educated review. And if you go on Amazon and search like cloth carrier for cats, this is one of the top rated ones, if not the top one. I actually have my laptop right here, so I'll do a quick check. Carrier. So here we go, PetLuv Premium Cat Carrier. 1,168 reviews. 5-star average. And Amazon's choice. So that's good enough for this guy. So let me take a second to pop it open and you can see what it looks like in its full form. And you can roughly see the width of it right here. And if I turn it sideways like this, you can kind of see what I'm doing. Basically, it just folds up. You have 4 arms. Pull this thing back, you line it up, put it back down, locks in place. Oop, locks in place. Do the same thing with the other arm. Goes across, locks in place. That gives you a nice rectangular frame. Toss that there-ish for now. I might need to slide you back a little bit so you can see a little better. There we go. And so I was kind of debating how I wanted to review this. There's kind of a lot of stuff to talk about. I didn't want to miss anything. Oh, my machine. Get that girl right there. And so what I settled on was to compare what PetLuv advertises on Amazon with what I perceive as a customer. So first thing they advertise, it's easy to carry. So what they give you is this pair of adjustable length straps with kind of a unifying handle in the center of it. And if I move this back even more, that gives you a little flexibility. So normally when I'm transporting my cats, I like to carry it kind of like a suitcase. I can carry it with one arm and maybe stabilize with the other. So with our straps, you can latch on the 4 corners on these, I don't know, plastic, but I don't know, tough plastic hooks. There. And with that, I can carry it like a normal suitcase. I didn't realize how much I would have to move the camera, so I apologize in advance. So with that, it's pretty easy to carry like a suitcase kind of down by my side. I can use my hand to kind of stabilize it or set it into a car if I have to. As another option, it's easy to throw over my shoulder and kind of carry it like this. Hold on to it. One thing to note is that these arm straps are adjustable, so you can lengthen them and shorten them depending on what you need. I don't have it, but they do have another option that has wheels, which to me, wheels can be a bit cumbersome, but if you're transporting an animal back and forth, if you have back problems or you're elderly, or maybe you just get plain tired, the wheeled option might be pretty good for you. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully I don't have to move that again anytime soon. Maybe we'll just work around her. But yeah, the straps feel good. They seem like the typical kind of nylon straps you would see on almost any bag out there. I think I could toss a 50-pound weight in there. I wouldn't really worry about it. We may have another kitty joining us. Hey Fliv. I wasn't really planning on showing this stuff yet, kittens, but can you make the turn, Fliv? So yeah, I'd agree. It's easy to carry. Hey Fliv, you making your way in? She kind of blends in with the dark. Well, I think you guys are giving it a good endorsement, hopefully. I'm just gonna get back to it while they do their own thing. So the next thing they advertise, unique 3-stage privacy settings, which to me is just a fancy way of saying we got lots of zippers and flaps and stuff. But if you're curious, their 3 stages are fully opened, which is all these things unzipped. You can see through the entire thing. All 4 walls are open. Next you have closed mesh, which is just all these down and zipped up. So you have 4 mesh walls. And the final option is fully closed, which for that is this flap down, and the back you can't see through. So you do still have 3 closed off walls, but your kitty can still see out the front because you want them to look out and be able to see the world, and honestly, 4 closed walls is just a box. Quincy, you are too much right now. Do you know that? You are so cute. You little precious Porgy. How mad do you think she's gonna be when I try to move this? That's okay. So yeah, I don't know about privacy settings per se, but it is nice that it does give you some options. Like if you have the 4 mesh walls, it feels pretty open, it doesn't feel as cagey, which I think might help some cats. Another thing I like about those options is it kind of gives you, 4-ish different loading holes. Your kitty can go in the front door, in the bigger open sides here, or even through the top that Porgy's lying on right now. This personally helped me out recently. We had to take my mom's cat to the vet. I just kind of opened up the side. Her cat was curious about this, just walked in and kind of curled up on the pad, and then I just zipped it up and managed to take him to the vet. I think fully closed can be pretty good. Say if you're at the vet's office and you don't want your cat seeing a whole bunch of other cats or maybe some dogs or something that might scare them. You could put this opening towards the wall and then block these other ones off. It may help them feel safer, although they will have all the smells and the sounds and stuff too. But for me, the more options, the better. And if you're curious how things stay open, you can kind of roll up the sides. Then at the top, they have this little tab and this other elastic loop here, and you can just slide it through and things stay open. And they have 1 here on the short side and 2 on the long sides, which once again, I would show you, but Porgy has other plans. Oh yeah, as far as colors go, I have the navy blue option. On Amazon here, I see they have a pink option, as well as one that says pink with lace, and I'm not sure what that really entails. I do see a tan option as well, but that one is the wheeled one. I don't really know what they have on which. I would think you could get any color with any option, but this is what I see right now on Amazon in September of 2018. Okay, so some more stuff. PetLuv says we care about the details, and they emphasize 4 things here. The first is the heavy duty rubber mesh, which this does feel pretty heavy to me. I think if you had a knife, you could probably slice through it, but like your cat's claws aren't really made for like slicing like that per se. I really don't think they could get through it if they tried, though I will say a determined cat can probably get through most carriers. They say it has a large side pocket for sticking treats or brushes or whatever else in there, which to be honest, I never even noticed that, so let's find it. Oh yeah, so in the back here, we'll just rotate you around. What's going on? Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening at all. In the back here, they do have this Velcro pouch, which really isn't that ridiculously big or anything, but it's not small. Like if I stick my hand in here, I would say it's about a hand big if my hand was a square. So yeah, some treats, a brush, that sort of thing. I guess that's cool. I've never used it, never really noticed it, but pockets don't hurt. They also have these little hooks, which you can see one here, there's one over here, and these are made to lock the zippers. So, see this guy's zipped up. What I don't want is my cat here pulling at the edge, managing to get a fingernail in the zipper, kind of pulling it down. Next thing you know, they have a full hole. So with this hook, you have this whole thing zipped up, and then you can latch them together. So the furthest that it can open is this little bit. Just another safety measure. And speaking of safety measures, the other things they have are these 2 loops up here, which those are made so you can go put a seatbelt around your carrier, clip it shut, and that way your carrier can be held in place in the car. Is that Moo Moo? Hey Moo, what are you doing, Mr. Moo? Oh my goodness. You guys just like to perform, I think. Oh. Hey Moo. I didn't realize that they were going to be so involved, but it's super cute. All right, Jason, you gotta get moving. Just a few more things. They advertise this super soft double something special pillow, which you can see that Moo Moo enjoys it. So let's slide this over and open this up. All right, guys, I'm just gonna work around you. So the bottom of the carrier is this thick, squishy pillow, essentially. I will say it's soft, it feels squishy, the kitties seem to like it. They say it's a plushy polyester washable material. It does not say machine washable, though I will tell you we did put this through the washing machine, and I went on Amazon and some other people also had, and it seems like it came out no worse for wear. So mostly machine washable, although they don't guarantee that. Another note, if you happen to wreck this thing, they do sell them individually, so you can always replace it. Guys, no battling in the carrier. Hey, hey, hey! We're nice kittens. We're not battling kittens. Now that Moo's off, you can see it's this big, about this thick. Went in the washer because somebody peed on it. Smells fine now. So yeah, that's pretty good. Let's toss that back. So I got up to get a measuring tape and she changed places. Another thing they mentioned is the large size, which I will say it's plenty big enough. I think I could probably squeeze 2 kitties in there if I have to. The dimensions are, I think, yeah, 24 by 16 by 16 deep, or long, or 24 by 16 by 16. You know what I'm saying. Another thing that they advertise is that this is easy to store. And you saw at the beginning of the video, I had it all folded and collapsed down. And so when it's like that, it does take up significantly less space. But let's be honest, it's still kind of bulky. And the nice thing when it is like that folded flat, you can like clip a couple things and then it's a nice suitcase. So quick recap of things I like before things I don't like. I like it's collapsible. I like this pillow can be washed and replaced. I like how big it is. I do like the options of how to get my cat in. With a traditional carrier, you only have kind of one option, which if you do have a carrier like that now and you need help loading your cat in it, I have a video about the easiest way to load your cat in a carrier, and I'll link that down below and right here in the cards. But yeah, having the multiple windows where I can drop my cat in or stick him in the side, I like it. And sure, I guess the pocket's cool if you're into pockets. Not a pocket guy. Okay, so there are only a few things I don't really like, and some of those are inherent with this type of carrier. First off, with a cloth carrier, it's cloth. If a cat pees on it, it's kind of soaked in. You can try to baking soda or vinegar or whatever, scrub it, soap it, however you want, but it's never as easy to clean as plastic is. And another thing that might just be me, some of the stuff I didn't think was that intuitive. Like when I first broke it down, I was trying to collapse it up and like fold it into a suitcase again. I couldn't tell like what straps went with what, or what things are supposed to clip together. I think that can be mitigated with about 15 seconds of practice, or maybe just looking at some pictures online, which, me being me, I just didn't do. Another thing, when you go to fold this flat and you have the pillow in it, it doesn't quite fold as flat or as snugly as I feel like it should. Like if the pillow wasn't there, I feel like it would lock kind of down in place and be like a nice solid rectangle. But since you have this thick thing in there, you have this like pillow and you're like folding these edges down and it doesn't seem to be quite flush. So that can be a little wonky, but you're not gonna store the pillow elsewhere. That doesn't really make sense. But like you saw at the beginning of the video, it does still collapse down pretty tight. So, not that big of a worry. It's still a lot less space than a non-collapsing carrier. And the final thing, which I think is the biggest downside with a carrier like this, is that you can't quite quickly shut it. So with a traditional carrier, when you have a cat that's resistant to getting inside of it, once you do have them in there, you can quickly shut the gate and then kind of lock it in place, which you need to be careful that you don't shut it on your cat, but it's still easy to quickly shut. But with this, say I manage to slide Moo in or drop him in from the top, you still have to kind of do this action, which if you don't have a cooperative cat, they might be like scrambling and trying to squirrel their way out. That can be hard to work with because then you're trying to block them while you zip at the same time, which will kind of work, but that might be a little harder. But the nice thing is that this is bed-like enough that your cat may be like Moo and just kind of wander on in and then settle down for a nap. So yeah, if you like the way this PetLuv premium cat carrier looks, I'll have an Amazon affiliate link down in the description below, which if you buy through that, always helps Cats and Pats. But yeah, for me personally, I love this cat carrier. I'd recommend it to all my family and friends. If you have the same PetLuv carrier, let me know what you think, or if you have one similar, let me know what you think. What do you like? What don't you like? I'd love to know. If you're new here, I upload all sorts of cat related videos, including reviews, so hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.